Welcome back to the Let's Stay Together talk show. Now here is your host, Reverend Rick McCain and author Brenda McCain.
All right, welcome back to Let's Stay Together talk. I'm your host, Reverend Rick McCain, along with my baby, my girl, my boo, Tracy Brown Howard, and our boy that does everything right no matter what goes wrong, Dion. Hey, we hope you all was listening earlier. We had Michelle. I'm going to let my baby say that last name.
Bracia Forte.
Oh, I like that. Ooh,
I do,
now
too.
I know how to say it. Bracia Forte.
It sounds so
It does
pretty.
sound. She was very informative about prostate cancer and teaching us about some things. So if you men missed that, we'll have that on our Facebook shortly, and you'll be able to find out some more information about how you can get in contact with Michelle at the Chicago, the Prostate Center Foundation of Chicago. Mm-hmm. Men, if you're over 50, please get your test for prostate cancer today. Go to that place. Look on your internet and find the location called, and I just put the paper down. It's called Prostate Cancer Foundation of Chicago.
Mm-hmm. And they're giving free screenings.
If you tell them that Let's Stay Together Talk sent you, you get a free screening. So women, if you're out there listening, tell your men, hey, baby, we got somewhere to go. You ain't got to tell them where.
Right. We're going on an outing.
Yeah, we're going on an outing, and it's free.
You'll like it.
Yes, and it's free.
Right. He'll be so mad when they get to like, you what? Yeah.
Okay.
It's all in love, though, because I want to keep you here for a while.
That's
right.
all.
So, my baby, you got something new to introduce for us today, don't you?
Yes, and we're going to have fun with this one. This is part of the show. It's called MRI. It plays right on in with what we was talking about. MRI, Marriage and Relationship Intervention. And what it is that we're just going to discuss certain things, topics each week, and we're going to try to diagnose them. And the first diagnosed subject is last-minute reminders. So we're going to give you a diagnosis, a prognosis, and results. And what we wanted was for all our Facebook listeners to be a part of this. So this is rolling out new today. So if you don't get us today, next Tuesday, we really want you to help us out with this. So the diagnosis in any relationship, not just a marriage, but single relationships and marriages, is called last-minute reminders. So husband of mine who says, I do this, tell them, why is this so disturbing to you?
You know, one of the reasons why it's kind of disturbing for me, because my baby is always trying to help me out, Tracy, and I'm going to hope Dion listen, because Tracy's always on Brenda's side, so she
No,
don't
she
ever-
not.
That is not true.
She
That
don't,
is
she
not
don't
true.
help me. But Brenda will remind me of something always after we've left where we are. So I'll get in the car, and we're driving off, and she'll say, do you have your keys to the house? And I'm like, well, we've left the house now. It's kind of late to remind me. And then she'll drive me to the train station, and you got your pass? You got your phone for the pass on it? You got this? You got that? And I'm gone already. And she does that all the time. So to her, she feels that she's helping me. But to me, it's a reminder at a time that it's never at the time that I'm there. Like I'm at the house or we're pulling off. Oh, before I pull off, check to see if you got your phone. We're already at the station, and then she said, do you have your phone? And I'm like, it would have been nice if you'd remind me. And I know the women out there saying, at least she reminds you.
Yep.
But what I'm trying to say is that it's a reminder that constantly happens after I've left. And so to me, it's not really a reminder, because to remind me means to help me to remember to forget it, not to forget it before I get too far away that I won't be able to go back to get it. And I like how they say, I don't want you to remind me to forget it before I can go back and get it. So that's the start of the MRI today. So you saying that we had to have a what? What do we have to have on this?
A prognosis on this.
That was the prognosis.
Mm-hmm. That you was I'm driving you crazy with this. Now, the results and the outcome, this is where Tracy, myself, and all the Facebook people, if you're listening, you could chime in on Facebook and Dion. Tell us what you think about that. I, myself, think no matter when I remind you, it's sort of like I shouldn't be reminding you
Yes,
because
you
you're not a child. But when I think of it, yeah. But when I think of it, it's when I'm trying to remind you of it, and then you get upset because I'm not reminding you when you think is appropriate to remind.
Well, let's don't use the word upset on the radio, even though I do get upset.
We know.
I just feel that it's something that if it happens, once in a while that you remind me after I've gone, okay. But it happens continuously.
Would you prefer me to stop it all the way?
I mean, to be honest, to me, if it's too late for me to go back and get it, a reminder at that point doesn't help me. And so now we got Tracy, and I got Dion is going to be a part of our show on this too, because we're talking about MRI, people reminding somebody about something after they've already left, and they constantly do that, and it doesn't help you. So Tracy, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, I'm a reminder, and I think,
God.
and I'm so glad she's probably not listening today because I'm getting ready to talk about her. Jasmine, I always have to remind that girl about everything. If I didn't, she'd forget her head on her head on her hat on her head, whatever it is, her head on her neck. And the problem is this. I remind you, and I remind you, and I remind you, and then you have a problem with that. So I say this time, I'm not going to remind you. And what do? You forget.
It anyway. Mm-hmm.
Biggest issue recently, all right, y'all, we're getting ready to go to the bubble run. We know it's all the way in Indiana. Remember everything you need.
Stop, but you reminded that at the house.
Right. We
Thank
reminded
you.
at the house. Hold on. Continuously reminded. Mom, if you remind me one more time. So I stopped.
I ain't never said that.
In the car.
Now, you didn't say Mom.
Driving down the street in a caravan. All of a sudden, I forgot my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to turn all the way because young people can't leave the house without their phone.
Yeah, well, old
So,
people can.
What do you do again?
So,
Do
but-
you remind them?
Yeah.
Or do you
But
don't?
the thing is not the reminding them. If you remind me something while I'm still at the house, like Brenda's, hey, baby, did you leave your briefcase at UBM? Oh, yeah, we're still at UBM. If I'm on 115th and you ask me, where's your briefcase?
Well, it doesn't matter. Go back and get it.
That's not a reminder to me.
But the problem is not the reminding. The problem is when y'all get mad when we remind you
Yeah,
or say,
just do what you need to do.
I'm going to get it right there. We haven't left the building
I,
yet.
I need some help. So, Dion, you got to help me with something here. Because, nobody wants to.
he coming
Come
in.
on. Nobody.
Must be a remindee.
Nobody's
right.
on my side, but saying it's not a reminder if you tell me after I'm gone.
I'm just saying.
I don't feel like you've reminded me of anything. You just told me
You
I
can't
don't.
have it
wait a minute.
both
Wait a
ways,
minute. I don't
baby.
believe you reminded me of something. I think you just told me something I forgot.
Dion, go ahead. Help us.
So
man.
we got our producer who came in here. Dion doesn't do this, so we're blessed. Dion, what do you say about that?
Well, when reminding a person to do something, it's kind of like something that I do at the school with reminding students to put in their hours. Mm-hmm. At a certain point, it becomes your responsibility. It makes you not accountable for remembering the things you need to do. So if I have to make, then that's a part of the situation that really breaks down whether you have to remind a person or not. Or it also may be a thing of, hey, I might need you to remind me of this to make sure I don't forget that, like Reverend Rick was just saying. But the downside to that is like you ladies were saying, if you remind me once I'm on 115th, well, why you ain't tell me that when I was on 55th? You didn't think about it. I didn't think
Because
about
my mind was so track of reminding everything before that I told you that just rolled around.
But here it is, Dion. I've been married for 22 years. 95% of the time, she reminds me after I'm gone.
But the point
After
is, why
the
should I have to
love is
remind
gone.
you? You a
But
grown
no,
man.
it's not. No. I think it's very great that you will help somebody. But if it's always after I'm gone, it's not really a help.
You know what that is? It's probably her going through. Women do this to us. I know they do. They
Yeah.
go through their mental checklist to
Yeah.
make sure we got
okay.
everything.
Right.
And first they go through their own mental checklist.
Yes.
Then they come back to us, and by the time they get to our mental checklist,
I like that,
we
Dion.
gone.
So what you're basically saying is check us first, and
I
then check
guess I
yourself.
do need to reverse it and check first. Like this
Right.
morning, prime example. I said, I'm not going to ask. And you said, babe, I left my pass to get in. Okay.
I didn't say I left my pass.
I
couldn't
misplaced it.
find it. That's a totally different thing. But we got to go on. Thank you, Dion, for coming in there. So the last thing is what?
The outcome and the results.
Yeah.
He summed it up really well.
And that's
there.
true. The outcome of this for people in relationships or in marriage is that you're going to have differences about certain things. And, you might have to remind your spouse or a family member about something. not see eye to eye. What you want to do, the MRI prognosis and the analysis on this is just basically saying work together to find a solution that best works for both of you all. So if you're reminding me, try to remind me before I leave. Set a reminder for yourself to help me before I leave. And if she does remind me after I leave, I shouldn't be upset about the fact that I got a reminder. I should be thankful that the person was thinking about me in the first place.
Absolutely.
That's right. And that goes for all relationships, not just a marriage, but women. That topic is truly the women always remind the boyfriend or the husband of what they forgot or what they need to do.
So that's the MRI. That's what we're going to be doing every Tuesday from now on. And so if you've got some ideas of something that you might want to put on that somebody does, or something you're doing for somebody and it just doesn't seem like it's working right, send it to us and we'll put it in the MRI.
Because we are here to intervene and to help you.
Amen. So where we going now, baby?
Right now we're going to go to